President Erdogan is a familiar face at the United Nations General Assembly. Every year, along with highlighting humanitarian issues, one of his key priorities has been addressing the need for structural reforms within the United Nations, especially the Security Council.
Dünya beşten büyüktür.
The world is bigger than five. It is not acceptable for the global conscience that five permanent members of the United Nations Security Council are controlling the United Nations in a way that is incompatible with the realities of the world.
A decade later, President Erdogan now has an ally in the Secretary General of the United Nations, who also believes reform is needed. Erdogan's arrival at the 79th UN General Assembly will be under the shadow of war in two major global theaters, Gaza and Ukraine.
The international community, especially the UN, must speak out more loudly against Israel's occupation. In a world where children are killed by indiscriminate bombing, I am telling you frankly that no one feels safe. Turkey will continue to stand against oppression and support the oppressed, and we will not back down from this humanitarian stance.
Erdogan is expected to reiterate Turkey's stance on these critical issues, along with climate crisis and sustainable development goals, when he addresses the UNGA next week. Experts say there will also be an added focus on calls for regional stability and peace.
Since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, we have been trying to keep both our Russian and Ukrainian friends at the table, with the thesis that there are no winners in a war and no losers in peace. We will increasingly continue our efforts to end the war through diplomacy and dialogue on the basis of Ukraine's independence and territorial integrity.
With the world becoming increasingly divided on major issues, Turkey's proactive diplomacy with all sides of the conflicts has made its relationship with global powers indispensable. As world leaders take center stage here at the United Nations General Assembly, President Erdogan's speech is among many that are highly anticipated. His schedule at UN will also involve key bilaterals he'll be hosting right here across the street at Turkish House, a building Turkish President calls a symbol of Turkey's growing diplomatic and economic power. Kubra Akkoc, TRT World, New York.